Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. So, when I see the previous our record version by using our what we call as Google Meet, I have some sense of dissatisfaction, students, because I feel that the screen is quite okay for you, or maybe you just view from handphone and then it's fine, but for my satisfaction, I do not satisfy out of all. So I'm decide to use another account on my Zoom. So now I'm using Zoom in order to do this video lecture. As you all know, the last class I really upset and I really disappointed on. Um, yeah, I know you understand me well when I in and out due to my internet connection and my internet stability is not instable. Okay, but I feel like I cannot give the best. That is my spirit. So I want to give you my best, and I want to give you that you can have a clear on my explanation, at least, so you can have your revision letter. Okay, so without further ado, I will continue on the parts of still we are in the chapter 1, and we stop at, if you realize, the history of the quality. I purposely make it in the first like this page chapter because I want you to, maybe there is some of your classmates who are newcomers joining us today. This is their first week, so because the add and drop has passed yesterday, right? So I believe that maybe there has some, maybe they are changing the section, but even you go to 1 and 2, I'm still there. Okay, so yeah, it's okay, I'm fine, and maybe if I'm not mistaken, it can't drop, right? So you just can change the section. Okay, so without further ado, I just proceed with my lecture. I hope that you can clear my audio here, because I wish to use this Zoom because of the purpose that maybe my audio is audible, and number one, and also the screen is more larger. Okay, the view is more larger. All right, so let's be moving to the part for those who are asking whether how about the previous lecture. I already shared with you all in the previous class in the group WhatsApp. Please look into the link. That one is using Google Meet. Okay, so we stop at here, if you still remember, history of the quality assurance, and I will continue today on why is the quality important. Kenapa quality itu adalah sesuatu benda yang sangat penting. Okay, alright. So there is a few factors being stated here, which is number one is about company reputation. Dia menceritakan tentang reputasi syarikat tersebut. Sebab itu betapa pentingnya quality. Nanti I will go further every single sort of point. And then the second one is about the cost and the market share. Dia melibatkan juga cost dan juga kita kata pasaran, what we call pasaran saham lah. Sebab when we talking about market share in here, you are the part of the market reputation, and you are also the part of how the company is performed. Okay, so secara tak langsung dia melibatkan tentang bagaimana sesuatu prestasi company tersebut. Jadi ia bersandarkan kepada market share lah. Yang ketiganya dia merujuk kepada product liability. Jadi kita we will see into sekejap BM sekejap BI kan. I already told you I will mix the language on that. Actually it's not good. Alright. If I choose one language, the better one language. But I believe that maybe some in here they prefer in English, some prefer in Bahasa. So I will do some dual language on here. Okay, the product liability is talking about how liable the product. Okay, maybe for example, in terms of the product, maybe when they do have a good performance, okay, and then they have a good market share, I believe the reliability of the product might be low. Okay, the potential that the product can go better. So that is means reliability in here. So in the scope of the quality, when the product is have a good quality, the product reliability will be goes low. Low in here meaning reliability ni kita selalu kaitkan dengan kita kata debt tau. Kita nak produk tu macam mungkin akan mengalami kerugian dan menyebabkan berlakunya ketidakseimbangan daripada pulangan modal and also pelaburan investment. So the product will become liability. Okay, and I believe okay when the product is liable, okay, in terms of the product have a low liability, they're able to have a good quality, and of course that's the reason why quality is very important. And the last one is the international implication, because people will be see where is this product come from. If the product from Malaysia is very quality made, I believe every single country will have some like point of fingers saying that wow, this is something like impressive product, right? Impressive services. So where is the country come from and where is the product come from? So it will be actually indirectly, it will impact to the implication of the international itself. So other countries, especially the international countries, will look our product in a different way. So they didn't make some judgment product Malaysia is very low type and low quality, is very low cost. It's good to have low cost, but we have a very good quality. So basically this is why is the quality is very important. Okay, so I believe that in your long notes, okay, you can see and refer to what Madam Sohana has shared with you all. um it's very good, okay, because when you have the books, when you have the manual, you can have a further reading. Because in the class, if you can expect like me to explain everything 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think we can finish everything in there. So I just recap a few terms and some points, and then I do some my explanation to you all. But please do not hesitate to just ask in your group WhatsApp. And if maybe you are very shy to ask in the group, right? So maybe you can just personal message on me. Inshallah, we'll try to entertain your question. Okay, mostly I will paste it back in the group to make sure that everybody in the know what you are asking, because you cannot expect that everybody in the class is understood. Okay, somehow also they have the same similar understanding with you, and somehow they are not understand, so they ask, and you are representative of them to ask. Okay, so I like the student who are very active in inside like discussion on that, because I can see that you really want to have like more understanding on this subject. Saya percaya kebanyakan yang suka tanya-tanya kat PM tepi ni apa pengalaman Miss dah sepanjang 10 tahun Miss dah mengajar. Yang suka bertanya ni, dia memang betul-betul nak belajar. Bukanlah Miss kata yang tak tanya tu tak nak belajar, tak. Because bila dia bertanya, bermakna dia membuat pembacaan, dia membuat rujukan, dia buat kita kata ulang kaji, dia buat revision. Walaupun mungkin tak ada kuis pun hari tu, tapi dia buat bacaan dia kan. Sebab bila kita online learning ni, kita sebenarnya double up kita punya method. Kalau if you are in the face to face class, mostly what you did is you can meet your friends, and then your friends can lively telling and inform you, okay, what you not understand, right? If you not understand, you can ask your friends. But now, of course, your friends can also entertain you on that, but not similar as face-to-face method. And so do with me. If you go to the class, you can say, Madam, I don't understand it. Why is this? So you can meet me. I also can entertain you. Of course, I will entertain you on that. But particularly, we might be more preferred to have face-to-face, right? Now we can see the expression, how your friends. That's why before this, I close my cam. I off. And then some students say, Madam, we want you to on the camera. We can't study. I do not know why is it like that. We can't study if only just the lectures off the camera, and there is no some interaction there, even though you're not talking to us, even though it's the video, but we still have feel that you are looking to us, you are really passionate to explain to us. So I say thank you for recognize my work on that. Of course, as if you are in front of me right now, even though you are not in the physical class, but I feel that you are with me. That is my motivation. Why the reason I have to do. If I have to wake up in the morning to 3 o'clock, because you see the internet, right? Somehow this is I do in this morning, this video. So I hope that yeah, you also have that what we call together with me. Okay, we want to make this online learning more easier. Inshallah. Okay, so yeah, where I am I? Okay, actually I just do some um what we call simple explanation in here to make sure that you can understand in a very good way. Okay, why is the quality is very important? Everybody know. Actually, that is what we call the fact that people want the quality product. That is the motivation. Why the reason people buy the product? Because they want the quality product. They want the money that value added to them. Mereka nak duit mereka yang mereka beli, mereka bayar, mereka kita kata laburkan pada produk atau services, okay, atau mereka guna, okay. They want that the money is have value added to them, mempunyai nilai kita kata nilai tambahan, dalam bahasa Melayu nilai tambahan kepada pihak yang membeli lah. It mean the buyer and the customer and the consumer. So kita nak you as the seller, you as entrepreneur, or who are dealing with the customer, you have to have in your mindset quality is number one. Kena ada letakkan set tu, jangan macam quality belakang kita janji harga murah, no. Because that is mentality, maybe people want to make it, people based on the volume kan, bersandarkan kepada berapa bilangan quantity customer. Tapi trust me, when you set on only offering lower price and quality number two, or maybe the quality is just left behind, the customer is only at once. No repeat, no loyal customer. Takkan ada repeat order, takkan ada yang ada setia dengan produk you. Only that is the first and last. It's not easy to tackle the customer, especially in this kind of pandemic COVID-19. So that's why you have to make sure that the quality is number one. Alright, the quality dimension in manufacturing of products, okay? If you listen to maybe like from time to time, they have like a WhatsApp maybe tune there, because I also on that one. Okay, so number one is about the performance. Okay, when we're talking about the performance, it's about primary operating characteristic. So how does the product, because product means what? The visible, the tangible product. Product yang kita boleh nampak, kita boleh pegang. Kalau buku-buku, kalau handphone, kalau dia mouse, kita nampak how the performance of the mouse, for example. So we can see the characteristic of the product itself. Okay, and then for we can see number two is the features. Okay, the features meaning to say the bells and the whistles. Apa ni? What is the bell and whistles? This is a term, Ini macam term lah dalam quality management, which means that when we have the bell, of course we have to whistle the bell in order to have the whistle have the function. Takkanlah kita beli whistle tak ada function kan. Kita beli bells, okay, bell and whistle ni, loceng dan whistle, both have the similar features. Are you get me? So the reason why people, because they want to make some noise, dia nak buat satu bising atau satu bunyi. Okay, they want to have that. The reason why people buy it, because people want to have the noise, right? Like a school, why they buy the bells? Because they want to make sure they can alarm the student during the school break, okay, breakfast time, or maybe during end of school time. And the whistle, maybe some of your maybe physical exercise teacher, they want to tell you to start to have your what we call running, okay. So They have many, but the feature is the same to alarm people, right? Okay, and then reliability, reliability, real. Okay, that is the I mean like how to make sure that the product is reliability, probability of operating for the specific time and the condition of use. So meaning to say in here, we want to make sure that the product that use have a certain of durations and how the product condition. Okay, for example, when we want to buy, right, certain like I give like a simple, if because I want to take on specific time. Okay, you realize or not when some of you buy certain medication, right? Especially for example like people say what not vaccine but we have to take antibiotic. When is the antibiotic have to be taken, you have to take until finish, right? Do not left the antibiotic. If you feel that you already okay fine and I do not have any fever anymore, then you say I'm okay, I no need to take. No, it's wrong, because if you not take the antibiotic until the finish of your tablets, last tablets, means that the probability to have your disease is come back again, because they have a specific time how much the dosage is suitable for your disease, for your fever. Dia ada spesifikasi lah ubat yang dibagi antibiotik tu pada waktu tertentu. Contoh you kena makan dalam 10 tablets. So you kena makan dalam 5 hari, satu hari 2 biji contoh So you kena habiskan. You cannot just left it. Because if you left it, actually you are not end your disease. Yelah kita tahulah penyakit tu Tuhan yang tentukan, betul, tetapi dia ada jangka masa lah mengikut kajian mereka. Sebab tu kalau you tengok macam vaksin, like for example, when you have the first dose, and then probability to have the second dose must be nearest. Kena cepat, segera. Kalau ada, cepatlah. Kalau tak ada, kena tunggulah, betul. Because there is a specific time on that. Alright, and then of course the condition of use. Kalau kita tengok condition of use ni dari segi produk lah. Kita nak tahu, minta maaf lah, rumah ni memang tepi jalan. You bertabah lah dapat lecturer macam Miss ni. Okay, so bila kita kata condition of use ni, macam mana tahap penggunaan dia, that's why a certain product, they must have the manual. You know manual? Even you buy handphone, I know you are excited to open up and unboxing your handphone. Later you don't bothered about what the features, everything, what the function, how to use, because you already know. But that is responsibility by the manufacturer, especially the seller. They have to provide you kind of that manual. Kena bagi. Kena bagi apa function telefon ni, kat mana nak tekan, nak kat mana kat tengah, because the condition of you use the product. Okay. And then conformance. Conformance ni is about the degree to which characteristic match the standard. Maksudnya, when you use the product, the level of your usage meet the standard. Betul-betul tak memenuhi kriteria atau standard produk tersebut. Jadi, macam mana kriteria dia? Jadi, kalau Miss nampak macam again medication, ubat-ubatan, kita nampak macam bila kita sekali makan. Okay, ni Miss cerita pasal simple lah medication tablets like Panadol, some say paracetamol, some say Upamol, some say Actifast, but it's same actually, it's the same. Functions, features same. Okay, so some people after vaccine, okay, they only took like 2 tablets, okay, and then fine, the fever is done. But some people after take 2 tablets, the fever still there and have to take 4 tablets. I mean like two after 6 hours. Okay, meaning to say a day is already take 4. And then after 4 also still not done. The fever is still there. Meaning the degree is not meet the standard yet for his body or her body. Faham? ubat tersebut tidak memenuhi lagi kriteria untuk dia betul-betul sihat tu. Ada orang dengan 2 biji Panadol, dia boleh sembuh dah sebab antibody jenis kuat. Jadi sikit sahaja Panadol tu punya function. Tetapi ada orang memerlukan sampai 4, 6 biji. Selepas kadang bukan 1 hari, 2 hari, 3 hari. Sebab tu kadang-kadang bila orang salahkan doktor kan, dia kata, apalah doktor kata makan Panadol okey. Bukan semua badan, not all, I'm not doctors in here, but I'm talking on the side that why the reason doctor said every single 6 hours gap and then you can eat once and consume your Panadol, right? Paracetamol. The reason is like that because it not conforms to the degree to which characteristic match the standard of your body. So you cannot match your body with your friend's body or your other sibling's body. The difference of antibodies every single person's and people is very different. Sebab tu, some people when they got the vaccination on, they have three, right? In Malaysia right now, we have Pfizer, okay, Pfizer, we have Sinovac and also AstraZeneca. Some people they suit well with the Pfizer. Some people they suit with Sinovac. Some people very suit with the AZ. Okay, what happened if not suited? What happened is not conformance. They will like giggling, they fever. What else? Sometimes they have like what we call vomit. Okay, sometimes they have what we call feel like anxiety. Kan degut-degut jantung macam tu kan. Because of that. So some the level will be different. Okay, that is conformal. So the another way around instead of medication, maybe how the degree to match your characteristic. Okay, the standard. For example, like what others really conformance. Okay, yeah, I told you about the previous class about the serum. Why it's been stated again I open this block. Okay, again, why said the conformance match the standard? When you have this serum, okay, logo and satisfaction, certification, okay, it's not certificate, it's really like more on um logo, genuine logo of serum, meaning to say this product is safety and secured to meet the performance of the standard. Okay, dia meet. Maksudnya bila ada serum betul produk tu berkualiti. Takkan ada meletup ni. Kalau meletup mungkin sebab lain, guna plug lain contoh. Okay, alright. And then we do also have the durability. Durability ni tempoh lah. Okay, durable. How durable of the product itself. Amount of use before the deteriorations or replacement. Maksudnya sebelum ada berlakunya penggantian replacement ataupun deteriorate, ada berlaku kerosakan, berapa lama tempoh dia. Sebab tu orang selalu tanya, how long is durable to use this product? Contoh macam produk bateri, simple bateri lah, bateri AA. Awak beli yang cap ayam, cap A, you buy the brand A, is a common brand, chicken brand, ayam, cap ayam. And the second battery AA, you maybe use a Duracell, for example. So how long the durability for both product, the comparison? Of course, the brand A, maybe they have a very short durable compared to the Duracell. Example, why Duracell have alkaline, so they can have a longer, you can recharge that battery. For the rest and the common brand, maybe they only just use once, after maybe 1 month, 2 months, after then end, the battery is done. Okay, so that is durability. Okay, tempoh, jangka hayat yang digunakan produk tersebut, dia ada dah tempoh dia. Of course, kalau macam perishable kan, contoh produk-produk perishable, apa produk-produk perishable, mudah rosak. Contoh essential, macam food kan. For example, we have vegetables, okay, we have fruits. That is all actually durability is very very short and then is perishable. produk dia mudah rosak dan mempunyai tahap ketahanan dia yang paling rendah. Okey. Okey ke setakat ni? Okey. And then serviceability. Serviceability, the speed, potency and the competence of repair. Maksudnya dari segi ketangkasan. Potensi ni macam mana cara dia ada tolerate lah. Contohnya produk tersebut kalau dia rosak masih dalam warranty, dia ada courtesy untuk hantar repair contoh. And the competence of repair. Jadi ini banyak berlaku lah kalau produk-produk macam elektrik, elektronik, right? Which is mostly we can say like high-end products, okay, because they actually promising the customer with some we call as the warranty after sales ataupun warranty after service. Maksudnya dia akan bagi warranty selepas perkhidmatan tersebut digunakan. Okay, you still have that connection with the seller. Bukannya lepas dah jual, lepas tu say bye-bye, saya dah terima komisen saya dan tak ada lagi urusan dengan saya. No, okay. They have the service ability dekat sini, okay. And in term of speed ni dari segi kecepatan, ketangkasan. Okay, dan ada juga kalau you tengok dekat Shopee, yang ni pernah dah sebab Miss asyik nak cerita je pasal Shopee kan. Dari segi perbincangan lah yang pernah ditanya, macam mana Shopee tu sendiri, apa lah yang Miss buat ni. Miss nak pergi ke next ni, okay. Macam mana Shopee menjanjikan supaya produk yang dijual tu tak ada berlakunya penipuan. Faham ke? Maksudnya dah lah online, okay. Macam mana pula ada orang yang mungkin tipu produk dia. Okay, satu, kalau I tanya soalan ni, I believe that all my student can answer it. Number one, where you can see from the review, betul? Kita akan tengok review orang. Don't buy from this seller. He or she atau cheated. It's a very bad service. My product arrived after 3 months. Okay, and they not even respond to the any chat punya space. We want to raise a question, we want to have our return back money. Tak ada contoh. Tapi apa yang what Shopee platform did is they have the room for the customer to complain, and I can say that when they come complain and they will actually mark it as something like maybe like the blacklisted seller lah, okay. And of course maybe in term of the part you can have like your replacement, your money warranty back. You dapat duit you balik lah. You boleh dapat ganti rugi tu semula. Tu yang Miss rasa Shopee is equipped with like something like the customer guarantee on that, okay. And okay, we look into the aesthetic. Okay, look, feel, sound, taste and smell. So aesthetics is more on your human sense lah. You can see the product kan. Kita boleh tengok mouse ni, kita boleh feel it. They have sound. Ni ada yang mouse yang apa, no sound after all kan. Apa kita panggil wireless kan. Ni pun wireless, cuma ada tu dia very silent lah. Dia tak ada bunyi. And taste, saya tak boleh taste lah, takkanlah lapar sangat sampai nak makan mouse. And then smell, okay. Smell ni I don't think so. Instead kalau quote in the future, maybe some seller they want to every time you click they have a good smell. I do not know if they have some like to the future punya maybe aromatic smell to make people feel very warm, welcome when working, okay. Boleh buat benda tu. I give you idea on that. Or taste, maybe in term of they have sponge ke kan, letakkan lebih ergonomics on this mouse, boleh, okay. Sound ni mungkin you can relate like your mouse can become alarm ke. Wow, it's like multi mouse kat situ dah. Alright, so we're moving on to the next one. Okay, the quality dimensions in services. Okay, so in here they've been stated time. How much time must be a customer wait? So when you talking about this word, services is a very that you have to take it into consideration on that, because why it's not easy task. When you say uh, uh, guaranteed your parcel will deliver tomorrow, so meaning to say you can predict the distance, right? Or you can predict the parcel where are they going, and the logistic meaning to say 100% superb. But if you can't actually compromise on that, I think better don't put the tagline that your parcel delivered tomorrow. If you're sending today, tomorrow will arrive. I think better. Even JNT is the best right now, right? JNT is the best what we call um, delivery company right now. Okay, during this pandemic, I mean, in terms of their delivery time, they also not compromising any kinds of food like that. Okay, dijamin sampai esok. Tu kan post laju. But even post laju also after a week, then yeah, it's not good. So that's why they change. I think they change on that. Okay. And then timeliness. Will a service be performed when promised? Will a service be performed when promised? Maksudnya dari segi masa. Adakah perkhidmatan itu akan dijalankan seperti yang telah dijanjikan? Baru sebut tadi, dijamin sampai esok. Jadi, if you can't have the timeliness, don't compromise anything. Don't give the fake promise. Don't give a empty promise. Kan? Jangan bagi janji kosong. Perempuan marah kalau kita bagi janji kosong. Okay. Alright, tiba. Alright, so the third one, completeness. Are all items in the order included? So adakah these are, when you talking about these services, I already imagine like Grab, Foodpanda, Lazada, Shopee, because everything is about this point, you know. So completeness, whether all the item, that's why in Shopee, especially the platform, if you realize why I give Shopee, because you and Shopee is actually very nearby, sangat dekat kan, sangat into height, I believe it. Okay, so you can check your items, right? Whatever that you choose and pick and selected, that you can, after they delivered to you, then you can check. Somehow the seller, maybe some seller, they are not focusing, or maybe not so meticulous when checking. Sometimes they are seller, but the other person is delivered and doing the runner of the product. So what happened? The item is not completed as what you order. So that one you can complain too. So that's why it's a very important on the completeness after you click the button on delivered, or I mean like accepted. Okay, meaning to say the product is already accepted, arrived, accepted by you, and then you have to rate the product, right? You realize on it on Shopee. So that is actually the completeness actually of your process of buying. You look at very simple, right? Actually, they have thousands of inbound and outbound logistic inside this Shopee. Okay, banyak proses logistik dia nak sampai produk tu pada you, especially when you buy from the product from China. Okay, alright. The courtesy do frontline employees greet each customer cheerfully. Jadi dari segi how the customer been treated by the customer service. Jadi I believe dekat dalam Shopee pun dia ada siapa tak nama monkey tu kan. How they greet you. Okay, so that is actually the frontliner. Okay, to make it warm, they use a cartoon on that, because to make sure that the customer is feel very how to say that, feel warm. Okay, and especially those seller, when you actually respond them in chat setting, actually it's very good. Okay, you give I can say that you are holding your phone 24 hours, okay, or maybe your PC, to make sure every time the customer gives some comments or maybe asking question, FAQ, frequently asked question, you can respond it um, in the as soon as possible, ASAP. So people feel like it's good, nice, very good seller. They will keep on greeting you like that. Alright, and then consistency. Services delivered in the same fashion for every customer and every time for the same customer. Not necessarily saying that if you are my best forever friends, BFF, then you have a different treatment compared to my other customer. No, you should have the consistency on that. Whoever they are, who are actually pay the money for your products, you have to treat them same. Maksudnya kena layan mereka sama. Kawan baik tak kawan baik, yang kita kenal tak nampak. Kebanyakan yang apa tu membeli ni, mostly the seller, you not even know them, where are they from, right? Sometimes they are maybe outside from Malaysia. So yeah, you have to treat them well and equally. Kena jaga mereka sebab is according to Kotler, ini bapa segala marketing kata, to have a new customer is easy, to have the loyal customer is very difficult. Nak dapat customer baru mungkin senang. Untuk dapat customer yang setia dan kekal lama tidak mudah, sangat susah. Jadi nak kekalkan dia kena ada consistency. Okay, accessibility and convenience. Ni dari segi nak access, senang nak contact. You have left your phone. Tapi kalau Shopee tu Miss percaya lebih kepada chat lah. Okay, kalau yang online, yang dekat Facebook, ada social media, dekat Instagram atau Twitter, dia lebih kepada dia personal chat lah. Kalau macam Facebook, dia ada ruangan chat, ruangan chat dia sendiri. Lepas tu kalau macam, sebab Miss sebenarnya sangat kurang Facebook ni, walaupun patut umur Miss ni favor lah Facebook. I do not know why. I'm not interested so much on dia punya features tu. Jadi saya kadang-kadang lah, boleh kira dalam satu tahun berapa kali je Miss ada kat situ. Okay. Untuk Instagram, yes, you can DM, you have direct message. Untuk Twitter, you boleh retweet. So your generation right now yang dua tu, IG dengan Twitter. So how the access tu? Okay, kalau macam Shopee, Lazada, dia punya chat setting sendiri lah. Is the service easy to obtain? So senang tak nak contact? Kalau kat WhatsApp senang tak? Sentiasa ada business chat punya WhatsApp kan? Kalau you perasan macam mana you nak differentiate business WhatsApp or personal WhatsApp ni, you can see dia ada lambang macam kedai dekat dia punya business contact tu ataupun nombor WhatsApp tu. So kat situ you boleh tekan, you click and then you can see all the information dalam dia punya directory, personal punya information. Kalau kita yang biasa-biasa ni, macam Miss lah biasa, personal tak ada, kita tak ada punya contact tu. Mungkin ada juga kan, cuma dia letak dekat dia punya status lah, you can contact me biar or go to IG yang sekian. Tapi selalunya kalau business WhatsApp punya contact, dia dah ada everything. Kadang-kadang catalog of the product pun ada kat situ, easy. Klik situ boleh terus klik nombor terus boleh order kan. So that is the convenient and accessibility. Sekarang everything the time for in the finger. Pun kata semua benda dekat hujung jari. So kalau tak hujung jari, dia dalam bank lah. Dekat hujung jari, masuk dalam bank, login, bayar kan. Everything is easy now. Okay, sekiranya, sebab Miss ada a few minutes ni, kalau sekiranya Miss tak, ni Miss akan buat second video, third video sampailah, because my internet is not stable. I feel like disappointed when I cannot perform well. Saya macam tu sikit. Saya nak bagi yang terbaik untuk pelajar saya. Okay, so we moving to the differences between the manufacturing and services. Okay, what's the difference? Apa beza antara manufacturing, perkilangan dan juga perkhidmatan? Okay, Number one, customer needs and performance standards are often difficult to identify and measure. Selalunya, sukar untuk kita mengenal pasti dan mengukur apakah keperluan pelanggan dan dia punya standard prestasi dia. Dua ni lah yang selalu sukar lah dari segi dia punya demand. Dia bukan macam kita products tu kita tahu apa customer nak. Number two, productions of the services typically require higher degree of customization. Ni true. Because when you customize, meaning to say you serve the customer personally. Apa maksud customize? Kalau contoh you pergi dekat tailor, I want my dress blah blah, I want baju kurung, I want baju Melayu, I want my apa kurta like this blah blah blah, right? So meaning to say you want the tailor to meet your customize your body punya measurement. Betul? Dia tak adalah baju saya lepas tu suruh macam mak Miss pakai. Tak lah kan? Jadi they have to be customized according to the person. So mostly kalau service, mostly they want personal customer, not mass customer. The third one, the output of many service system is intangible. Of course, when we talking about services, it's intangible. We can't see, but we use the services. And then services are produced and consumed simultaneously. Dia kata perkhidmatan ni selalunya dikeluarkan dan digunakan simultaneously ni tidak seiring atau kadang-kadang jarang lah dia tidak tetap atau dia tidak kerap. Simultaneous tu jarang-jarang, kadang-kadang macam tu. Tapi it depend. Tapi kalau kata in this kind situation, pandemic COVID-19, dia dah jadi rampant. Rampant ni maksudnya dah jadi kerap acak kali dah. Jadi tiap-tiap hari dah. Tiap-tiap hari je kalau Miss boleh tengok cerita jiran-jiran Miss. Hari-hari Food Panda boleh datang. Kan? Hari-hari Grab Food boleh datang tu. To the extent sebab dia dah jadi something essential dah sekarang ni. Because kita tak boleh keluar kan. Kita boleh lah keluar tu but it's also we have to stay at home semua kan because of EMCO. Alright, and then customer often are involved in the service process and present while it is being performed. Dia kata selalunya customer tu akan terlibat sama dalam proses servis. Betul lah sebab dia nak guna. Bila dia nak guna, dia kena terlibat. Takkanlah awak nak guna handphone, awak nak guna talian telefon, awak suruh orang lain yang cakap. Tak boleh lah. Kan? Boleh lah suruh adik kakak cakap tapi you yang nak dealing with the business kan ataupun you nak dealing dengan siapa you order contohnya, takkan you suruh orang lain kan. You have to deal it and present what is being performed. Kan, jadi kita kena guna macam contoh online banking. Bila OTP semua kan, the number is being sent to your phone, takkan dah guna. Sebab tu orang kata selalu mostly messages from the bank, don't share your OTP number to others kan. Because of this, because they want to avoid the scammers. Okay, and then services are generally labor intensive. Jadi selalunya dia kata perkhidmatan ni dia lebih menggunakan kita kata labor lah, pekerja secara intensif ni, secara pukal, secara kita akan gunalah labor. Faham tak? Maksudnya penggunaan pekerja tu masih ada tapi mungkin Miss boleh betulkan sikit lah statement ni. Kalau Miss kurang agree sangat because nowadays service dia boleh guna teknologi tapi still lah kita akan control the technology. Contohnya macam the human being akan control the system, guna website kan, guna social media. Tapi still kita ada labor tu. Siapa nak buat produk tersebut kan? Kalau kat kilang-kilang ke macam servis, contohlah kalau macam kilang mask kan, mask, kita ada kilang sanitizer, shield kan, semua tu kena macam lagi PPE yang diorang pakai kan untuk frontliner, semua tu kena masih lagi menggunakan pekerja-pekerja daripada kilang untuk proses tu. And many service organisation must handle very large number of customer transaction. Betul, because you want to have your customer, right? Of course, you have to deal with the customer because they will keep on asking question, or maybe they know what to do, but they will order, maybe they want some customization, they wanna ada benda yang ditambah, ada yang nak dikurang, jadi you have to handle them. Tapi kalau sekarang ni dah maju, okay, it's very high tech, so you can use everything that from the website, and your website should be very user friendly. Okay, and everything is you just dealing them, and even you can also like have AQ kan, frequently asked question, and automatically the system will be respond towards the question. Okay, or maybe you can put some like hotline number, and they can talk directly to the customer service operator. Is a very simple nowadays. Okay, so I'm stopped in here, so I will continue back after I get the link on this. So inshallah, don't forget, okay, don't forget to clock in your attendance. I will provide you like 1, 2 link, okay, and of course the third link will be this video. Okay, so for now, thank you so much for listening. For actually this is part 2, because part 1 is our last week punya live lecture. So inshallah I will continue back again. Okay, bye bye. Assalamualaikum. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye. Stop.